live here in Vienna, I work here in Vienna, I play in Vienna, but I'm not from here, I'm from Tennessee. I'm a good redneck, and I think rednecks suffer from two really bad problems. One is we're pretty much sure that we can do anything, and the second one is followed by our mouth. It'll tell us we can do anything, and we'll tell anybody else who will listen. This is evident because I'm here right now, and I got an email Monday afternoon or Monday morning at my work from this fine crowd of people over here that said we are going to celebrate a young lady leaving our office, and we're going to go to Wiseacres. Let's hear it for Wiseacres, by the way. And so the next line said, and Al Harris will be performing. And the redneck in me said, well, yeah. Sure, I'll do it. Fine. I've been funny all my life. But not really. At any rate, the next thing was followed by another young lady who were celebrating leaving, and she says, oh, come on, it'll be fun. It'll be real fun. We'll remember all the good times we had at work. Bullshit. You will not remember any good times at work. You will remember me looking like an ass on this stage tonight. That's what we'll remember. But back to what I started with. Rednecks. We're sure we can do anything. And then we have another problem. Our mouth always overloads our brain. My mom used to always tell me, did your alligator mouth overload your hummingbird brain? Yes, Mom. Which reminds me of a time when I was 18, 19, 20, somewhere a long time ago when miniskirts were all the rage. And I was working at a shoe store at a time when you still had to measure someone's foot size. It was a very slow day, and I know it was warm because the lady came in wearing a miniskirt, which is a perk, being like 19 years old and working at a shoe store. And she came in and she had kind of legs I like. Ass on one end, feet on the other. That's all I need. So she sat down and put her knees together real nice, and I measured her foot. She'd already picked out a couple styles, and I rolled to the back to get them, and the redneck brain was working. I could get some of that, I bet. So I went back out, and she crossed her leg, and I slid a shoe on, and she uncrossed and recrossed, and I slid on another shoe, and damn, she wasn't wearing no underpants. Wow. That's another perk of being a shoe salesman on a slow day. And so we tried on several shoes, and it was crossing and uncrossing and recrossing and prancing down the aisle and walking back and forth. She was giving me quite a show, and I was like, wow. I am certain she knows what she's doing. She knows she left the house without any underpants on, and I know. Anyway, so the redneck brain was working. And so I looked up at her, after I slid on a shoe at 8th or 9th time. I said, excuse me, do you have the most beautiful that I have ever seen? She was appalled, and that should have been enough. For any other redneck, they would have just like, but that was a maybe. That wasn't a no, that was a maybe. So, I said, if you'll let me, I'll fill it up with ice cream and I'll eat it all out if you'll let me. And she grabbed the slipper she wore and she headed out the door. And about halfway through the door, she spun around on her heel, and I was like, ooh, maybe my lucky day. And she said, excuse me, my husband will be back. Take care of you. Man. Mom was right. Alligator brain overloads hummingbird. Alligator mouth overloads hummingbird brain. So, the day went on, and it was just about closing time, and I thought I had maybe got on by with doing something stupid again. Not quite. In walked a gentleman, and he was quite a bit bigger than me, with a pretty hefty scowl on his face. He said, excuse me, been here all day? Anybody else would have said, just got here, closing up for my friend, he went home sick. Not me, I was like, yeah, I've been here all day, what can I do for you? He said, you the gentleman that insulted my wife? I didn't say anything. Probably one of the few times I didn't say anything. He said, my wife tells me that you said that she had the most beautiful pussy you'd ever seen. I said that. Somebody else would have gladly just denied it, but no. And he said, "Did you tell her that you would fill it up with ice cream and eat it?" "Yes, sir, I did." And he said, "Well, as you moved in, just came down here to shake your hand. My wife has the biggest pussy in the world. Anybody could eat that much ice cream. I just want to shake their hand." Thanks very much, you guys.